Okay, I don't know where we lost you at. If it was when my husband had issues with my phone or if we lost you a while ago. We are up on the local college campus. I restarted the app. I did not have to restart the phone. We might have, as I was saying, that it is slightly possible there is a virus on this phone. I'm not sure how, but it could be. And so we're going to do that. I am spinning around where you can see the local college campus. And this is more what I would expect to see up here. So, I'm going to let my husband take my phone again. Hopefully, we don't have issues, because I can't drive right here. I'm on one of the more main roads on the campus. But I am going up to try and go to our local, like to the cemetery and see what's there. Because obviously either one, it's only on the college campus and it's not in the cemetery, or two, it is in the cemetery and it either hadn't come through yet when they went, or their phone was having issues, or there was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding of what nothing versus a good amount versus whatever is. Because my husband remembers being told there was nothing up here, and it does look like there is quite a bit. And like, I do need to come up here sometime too and log on to the map. Now, the interesting part about that will be the fact that there is the limit, as we've seen, on how much you can log in an hour. So, and I still haven't got all of downtown mapped because of that. I am not sure when I'm going to get another chance to try and max it out. I am still shooting for that. So, I have not forgotten about doing that. It probably would have been today had I not had the phone problems I had on top of everything else I had to do today. So, I can't say for sure there, but we'll see. Now, it will be interesting to see what's in here. There used to be a lot of on Pokemon Go, there used to be a lot of Pokestops. And there used to be a few gyms here, and
by a long time ago in here, sweetie.
I said there used to be. Can I finish what I'm saying? And you could get a lot of Pokemon up here. Then a while ago, within the past couple of months, my husband says a long time ago, but within the past couple of months, they took away at least one, if not both of the gyms and some of the Pokestops. Now, I do not know where my person's at. I think
nothing here.
It may be across the street, but if that's where it is, there literally is nothing up here in the
There's nothing in the
cemetery.
Nothing.
Which is interesting. I'm not necessarily complaining.
What?
My husband's gonna turn on Pokemon Go while I drive through.
Done.
Huh?
Yellow. Hello.
So that's my stepson.
What?
Hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Well, I gotta go to the community health center sometime.
Okay. Why is that?
Is Sky with you, or?
Yes.
Well, she would know. It's a raffle. Apparently, I won the desktop band.
Ah.
That works.
I just listened to the voicemail saying, hey, you won the desktop van. Come in between the next week and pick it up.
Okay, we can get you there for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Just on your lunch break?
Yeah.
So, what? Oh, yeah, another tree. Another tree bit the dust. That one looks like it was struck by lightning, too.
What we're talking
Another tree in the cemetery looks like it was struck by lightning, Caden.
What we're talking about there is a couple years ago we came up here
Love you.
and
Love you.
we were up here for I think a graduation of someone and or something. I can't remember. What was it? Do you remember it all?
Caden wanted to go to graduations up here. We dropped him and Stephen off, and Stephen.
That's right. It was a graduation. It was a graduation a year before my son and my stepson graduated. My stepson had some of his friends graduating from the local school. I have a whole line. Okay, so that line is actually right near. Anyway, so it was, I think it was from the school, it was from my stepson's school.
Stepson, his best friend that lives in Providence.
Oh, okay, it was from...
For Danny.
Oh, that's right. It was a graduation for my stepson's my son's best friend. And it was right after, it was the same year that they graduated. Anyway, we came up here and something was looking weird. You know, we got somewhere and we parked and we were like...
We saw the flash of light, sweetie.
On the way up, we saw a flash of light. We heard a clap of thunder. Didn't think much about it. There was a thunderstorm and rain going on, and we didn't think much about it. It happens all the time, during the spring, summer here. And so it wasn't a big deal. And so we came up to the cemetery because that was the easiest place to park near where he was going to be getting out because it was full and he had gone on his own. And so it was, all the parking lots around here were full. We were only going to be here just long enough to pick him up. We got up here right about as it was about to end. Something looked weird in the cemetery. We didn't think much of it. And we got closer, got driving around, and they started shutting down some of the roads in the cemetery. And we were looking at each other like, and we'd already basically parked. And then we looked over, and we literally drove right by the tree. And as I was driving by the tree, I went, oh my word, look at that tree. And then we went and parked, and then it dawned on us as they started moving people away and shutting down things. What happened, and we had literally driven right by the tree. And so we got out to get to where we could get some pictures and whatever, but not interrupt what they were doing and not be too close. They agreed we were fine with where we were at. The people who were working on the tree, trying to make it safe, had no problems. They even said we were good because we were trying to keep our distance and everything. But on the road, on the way to get a little bit closer, we found a piece of wood that had come from the tree, and we picked it up, and it was interesting because it was wet but dry and a few things like that. And so they got out, and they said that it had happened right as the drums were playing. And so they thought that they thought it was the drums that were really loud, and they were shocked. So that was an interesting experience. because a few minutes earlier, and if we had been a few minutes earlier, or it had happened a few minutes later, we would have been right in the middle of it happening, driving right there, maybe even parked right there, because we were considering parking right there, and we had decided we'd park at a different place because there's actually a gate near where we didn't fully park. Like, I stayed in the vehicle so that if someone needed to get past or things like that, we could. But it was still close enough that it would have been interesting. But that was an interesting experience to have, and everyone got out and saw that they were when they got out, you could see people getting really confused, because right about the same time as they got out is when the cleanup crew was amping up the tree people to make sure it was safe and whatever else. Everything was being cleared away, and they were keeping everyone from that side, because the worry was that the tree would come down on the building too. And they literally stopped the students from the usual exit. That was part of what threw everyone. Every school, or almost every school in the valley, uses this same building for their graduation. And the students always exit on one side of the building, and they stopped the students from exiting there and anyone else from exiting there. And they blocked off. And everyone was going, what? What's going on? And it was totally lost, because that made it so you couldn't get from one side of the building to the other as easily without going inside. And everyone was totally lost. And as they started to realize what would happen, you could see it when it would dawn on them what happened. You could almost tell as each person realized what happened, and that they hadn't been hearing the drums. They had heard the lightning that was part of the storm that took down the tree. And it didn't fully take down the tree. That was what they were concerned about, is that the tree was still standing. And so they were concerned that the tree would fall on someone before they could get it secure and get it down and everything else. They ended up, it actually took them, I believe, a day before they actually ended up feeling it was safe enough for people to take it down. So it was blocked off for like a day. But it was kind of interesting to see. And so I guess this didn't end up so much Wizards Unite as a story time but I hope you enjoy that, and hearing that we're regular people and we have our interesting stories and stuff like that. And if you love hearing some of these stories, let me know, and I can try and keep an eye out for when I have a story I can actually tell. I will never make up a story for it. In fact, I believe this one ended up in the newspaper. So if you look for the Herald Journal, you might be able to find if you do a search for it on Google, you might be able to find the story, or things like that. So if you want to verify that the tree was hit by lightning and whatever, obviously they wouldn't verify that I was there. I do have pictures. If you guys would like me to post it or whatever, you can let me know. But I'd have to look for them, but I'm sure we've still got them somewhere. So if you guys would like that. But and like I said, I will never make up stories for YouTube or anything, and I will never, or unless, without making it clear, I'm making up the story. Or, and I won't try to create a story line specifically for YouTube unless I make it clear that that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying I wouldn't go somewhere to have fun, that I thought people, go on vacation somewhere to experience Wizards Unite elsewhere. I'd love to do that and then stream for you guys. If something like that, the opportunity came up, I don't think I'd turn it down. And I'm sure there's members of my family that would love to go with too. So there is that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this stream. It does help if you comment, leave a like, subscribe, things like that. Obviously, I'm not going to ask for bring those up a lot. You've seen that. I will always leave a stream as they start to get to that, or almost always leave a stream as they start to get to that point, because it annoys the heck out of me every time they do all that. So, especially if I know it's every one of their streams they do that. And I'm less likely to subscribe to someone who does that. So that's personal opinion, and so I won't do it. But getting the hours, having you share with friends, stuff like that, I would be able to do more, stream more, whatever else. So I'm just going to throw that out now so that you know. Obviously my stream stopped some time ago. I'm not sure, and not the stream, but my Wizards Unite. And as I've said, the phone keeps giving me issues. So I am not sure how much longer I'll be able to stream. Looks like I'm actually doing pretty good on power, but I also know between the possibly 2 streams, this may have been a lot of things. But I was going to say, when we saw the tree, I am not one that's against having stuff in cemeteries. I actually enjoy it. It's a chance for me to go up and see, have another excuse to visit my niece and nephew's grave, and my grandma and grandpa and great-grandma, step-great-grandma, and my and my great-grandpa, visit all their graves. And so if it were somewhere where, or I do not go, and my husband, I think, will vouch for this, I do not go to cemeteries that I do not have family in. But that cemetery, I have family in. And so I do not feel bad going in there. I do not feel it's being disrespectful, depending on how you act. Okay, that's getting annoying. I'm sitting here trying to get ins, and they're both acting up. So, and I was sitting there. Okay, that's Lovitch. I don't know that. So I'm gonna let you guys go and hand the phone back to my husband so that I'm not driving and playing. I will talk to you later. Bye.